Hello and welcome to Girl That Book. I'm Jelana, aka Lana, aka Virgo Girl.
And I'm Dana. And
we're in here. Girl That Book is your one-stop shop for Black romance recaps with a twist. Each time we'll be discussing books by your favorite romance authors, and we'll have special guests. This week we have some lovely ladies joining us. We have Carla. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
And we have my sister and my nephew, Jamila and Waleed.
Say hi.
Hey.
Hey.
So before we get started, what y'all drinking?
Ella Rosa Black.
Ginger ale.
H2O.
H2O. I got a little margarita. Margarita. All right. Well, now it's time for you to get prepared to be ambushed by Dana.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have just been ambushed by Dana. So we're still on Complicated, but we're on chapters 12 through 19. So let me just take you back a little bit. Remember, Simone is in a situation. She done gave the Chase the sloppy moppy, and then she's still with Chance, and she hasn't broke up with Chance yet, and everything is just a hot ass mess. Then she got to go back to work. Now she's going back to work. She's trying to figure everything out. Work is crazy, but you know, they're trying to keep it. She's like, let's just act like nothing happened. We're just going to go back. Everything's going to be the same. I don't think it will ever be the same. So let's just get started. So anyway, they're putting the finishing touches on that, and the phone rings. It's Chance, because he could tell by the ringtone. Chase gets upset. He gets upset. He packs up his toys and gets ready to leave the sandbox. I'm sorry, not his toys. He packs up his briefcase and heads for the door. He is pissed. I was like, dude, are you mad or not? Simone was like, what just happened? Did he just storm out? Is he mad? You know what, boy, I ain't got time for that. I gotta keep it moving. So she gets to the restaurant because remember, she's got to go on. Now she's going on a date with her boyfriend, her boyfriend, because it is her boyfriend. So of course he's not there. He's not there. Why would he be on time? Why would he ever be on time? Chase is 20 minutes late. He arrives as if nothing happens, kisses her on the cheek, and says,
You said Chase.
yeah, I know. Okay, pause. Production is supposed to help me.
I was about to say it.
Chance arrives 20 minutes late, as if nothing ever happened. Kisses her on the cheek and says, baby, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry I'm late. Simone is totally annoyed. She's rolling her eyes. He begins to apologize and was like, you know what? I'm sorry for passing you off to Chase the night of my birthday. If he only really do but we won't talk about that either. He's begging for another chance. I mean, begging for another chance. Mind you, it's been a week. Anyway, it's been a week. Without her, it was so hard, and you know, he kept thinking about her and what are we gonna do, and he was really upset she wasn't answering his calls and stuff. Again, she's like, okay, whatever. He tells her it's gonna be different this time. Of course it's gonna be different this time, because it's different every time this happens, right? Help me, ladies. Tell me why it's gonna be different this time.
It ain't.
Right.
It's not. It's still no. Well, it's okay. It's not okay.
No.
Okay. She's in there like, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna give him a chance. I don't know. And she walks out, And he's talking to a chicken head. I mean, let me not say that. Women aren't all chicken heads. Let me stop. Let me go back. She walks out and he is talking to another woman. And she's like, what the? So it kind of helped her make her decision because she was right all along. She should have never been with. Anyway, we won't get into it because it gets so sticky. So she sits down, she enjoys the meal because she's like, nigga, you ain't changing. Nothing's going to be different. She doesn't say it, but she's thinking all of that. But she's going to get the free meal. Why wouldn't we want the free meal and the dessert and the drinks? Take it.
Right. Right.
Yes, just thank you. We just thank you. And she did. She was nice. She thanked him. Thank you for the meal. He was like, oh, bam. Yes, boom. Then he says, well, why don't you come home? And she's like, no, I'm good. So meanwhile, all that's going on, remember, Chase was pissed. He was pissed. He was so mad that he just left. He left. So he's at home hot and bothered. He doesn't understand why she's out, which is so funny. He doesn't understand why she's out with her boyfriend that happens to be his twin brother. He's mad. Like, he's mad. Yes. I mean, like, and he's mad. He's like big mad. And I'm just like, but all of a sudden, while he's pouting, his phone rings. So I think it doesn't say, but I think he was like, oh, I hope that is, you know, he had a pet name. He called her Moni. You know about that, Simone. That's what they call you, is Moni. I thought that was interesting that you're in on this. But anyway, I know he was sitting there like, oh, maybe she called me. No, it wasn't her. It was Desiree. Do you guys remember who Desiree was? Desiree was the hot chick from the nightclub that rolled up on him. But then Simone, she messed all that up. Just right when he was getting ready to be like, oh, hey, little sweet stuff, Simone was like, and then she was on the ground. Well, I don't even know if she was pop shaking. I think she fell asleep at that time. And I think she was knocked out. He was like, what the hell? Then he had to grab her. He had to take her home. And you guys know what happened. But anyway. So, you know, now it's Desiree. This is a perfect distraction for him, right? Because he was really feeling Simone and he was feeling some kind of way. So he's vibing with Desiree, but he's actually being somebody that he's not. He's being his brother because he's trying to say little slick stuff. And I'm just like, dude, that is not you. You're trying too hard. Back up. But it's okay because Desiree's pushing too, like, what you got going on this weekend? Oh, wait, by the way, before I ask you what's going on, how's that girl? How's she feeling? Is she okay? She needed to make sure that girl wasn't anybody she needed to worry about. Right. He opened it up and was like, oh, my brother's girlfriend, the same one that gave him the sloppy nappy. You know who I'm talking about. You know who she's talking about. But anyway, they killed the presentation, you guys. I'm talking about killed it. They got chose right on the spot. They were so excited that they embraced. And when they embraced, you know, okay. So then Moni was like, let's go celebrate. And he said, I can't. And she was like, why can't you come celebrate? Like, we're gonna go celebrate. And he said, oh, I have a date. And she was like, oh, you have a date? So she wasn't trying to, you know, he was big mad, packed up his toys, left. Because we're cool like that. We played it off like, oh, that is great. Like, you haven't been dating since your ex. That is so great. She was salty. She was so pissed. But she had to fake it too. Like, oh my God, enjoy, have a good time. Yeah, have a great time. So she headed home to celebrate by herself. Okay, so now they land in Miami. Remember, they had to go there to pitch their idea. So they're in Miami. They threw out the red carpet for them. I'm talking about penthouse suites and everything. Oh, with adjacent doors. They were side by side, not on different floors. They just were side by side. But I mean, it's all right. They're co-workers, you know. Okay, well then they decided, okay, I'm hungry, let's, you know, and she's like, listen, I'm a beach babe. I love the beach. This is my element. He's like, okay, I got it. How about we go eat? She was like, yep, as long as we go eat by the beach, I'm good. And then from there, we're going to kick it at the beach. So then they decide we need to have dinner. And so what are we going to do for dinner? And he was like, well, we could go out or we could order room service. That's funny. That is so classy. Man, just be trying to be okay. But women too, we could have been like, I'll meet you downstairs at the restaurant at 7:02. You know, make your appearance, look cute too, smell good. But no, she was like, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. And we can review for tomorrow. Yes. So they were like, I gotta go wash the beach off of me. And he's like, I gotta go wash the beach off me. And so she was like, well, I'm gonna take a bath. And he's like, a bath? Ooh, I wonder what them suds are doing to her body. He gotta stay focused. But anyway, he goes to go in the shower. And then the next thing you know, he's knocking on the door. She's like, I hear a knock. Wait, what? She goes to the door and I think it was a setup, but I mean, it could have been so innocent because he just remembered while he was getting in the shower, like, let me go wrap this towel around me. I don't have my pants, my green trunks on, but let me wrap this towel around me and let me go to the door and say, hey, I think we should probably, yes, girl, yes. I think we should order right now. Like, you know, order. So when we get done, I don't even think she heard order, food, done. Because she was like, what is up under that? Like, I know it's under there. I know it's under there. I might not remember all of it because I was drunk, but I know. And then she had to focus. She was like, yeah, you're right. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. They didn't seal the deal. Oh, wait, let me get there. They sealed the deal. Not only did they seal the deal, they got the campaign. They're doing their marketing for 3 years. Now, I'm telling you, these two together are something else. And then she was like, let's go kick it at the club. So they go back, change, and I'm sure she got cute. Why not? You got to get cute. So they go, yes, you got to be cute. So she goes, she gets dressed, she's drinking. Now remember, let's go way back. She don't drink. She's just, this is not her thing. But she had like 2 drinks. She's feeling good. She is standing on the VIP couch like, hey. I mean, she's getting, he was like, girl, okay, get down. Let's just go out here and dance. So they're dancing and they're having a good time. And then her favorite song comes on. And it's a back that junk. And when I say she's backing it up, y'all, when she's backing, she's gyrating and twerking. She is moving and no, girl, I ain't lying. She is moving and gyrating. So while she's moving and gyrating, she can feel his junk. His manhood is rising. It is rising. And she's like, oh, well, I can feel that. You can feel that. I'll just keep going harder. So she keeps going harder and harder. And the DJ just messes it all up. He was like, slow jam. So his manhood is rubbing all up on her. And it's pressed on, and she can feel it. He can feel it too. And so what do you think he said? He said, let's get out of here. I'm like, hell yeah, somebody got to get out of there because something's about to go down on the dance floor. And I know if I was there, yes, you got to go. I mean, because if I was there and I was dancing next to them, I was going to be like, get a room. What is happening? Like, what are you doing? So yes, get out. They don't say a word to each other on the way there. They don't say a word to each other on the elevator. Nothing. I mean, what do you say? What do you say? Ladies, like, what do you say? Your junk is big? I mean, like, what do you say? I'm just like, what do you say?
Nothing.
You can't say nothing. Like that whole thing, you really can't say nothing. And now you're like, and it'd be different. Like if you're like, I'm on floor 2, have a good night. But that's not what happened. Y'all both at the penthouse side by side. Whew. Okay, and just like a movie, but it's usually horror movies where you can't find your keys, you can't find nothing, you can't, but it's usually you trip and fall. Anyway, so she can't find her keys and she's rummaging through her purse and ladies, was that on purpose?
Unconsciously on purpose.
So on purpose.
Nervousness. She was nervous because she knew it was about to, what could happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's feeling around in her purse, and right when she turns to say, "Good," he plants it. Girl, when I say he plants it, she's feeling all around in her purse, but Chase starts kissing her, and she starts kissing him back. As it states like this: he kissed her like a hungry, thirsty man with passion that she had never had. Can you imagine a man being hungry and thirsty? What kind of kiss that was? Like he was hungry and thirsty. He was like eating off her face then. Because if he was hungry and thirsty, it was going down right at the door. Right at the door, like he's eating her face. I was just like, I'm reading like, oh my God, he was so hungry. Poor thing. What is happening? I felt bad for a hot second. And then I was like, ladies, have we ever experienced anything like that? Never mind. Don't even answer it. Don't even answer. We won't do that. We won't do that. So anyway, he took the key. Now remember, this man is good. When I say he's good, he's good. He took the key, still while kissing her. Just kissing her. Remember, and he was hungry and thirsty. Kissing her, opens the door, closes it with his foot. He's a bad mama jamma. Like, he's good. Like, he didn't let go. He's good. I was like, dang, girl. Dang, girl. Anyway, so, okay. So he's kissing. It became rough. I was like, it was rough outside. He was hungry and thirsty. But anyway, then he starts kissing her, and then next, he went to the neck. The neck, you guys, the neck. Yes, the neck. The neck is like, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, fan yourselves. I know, we probably need to pause here, okay, we all pause, everybody's ready, brace yourselves. He pulls down her dress strap and starts sucking her nipples with his hot ass tongue. I was still stuck at the door. He was thirsty and hungry. So just imagine now, he's still thirsty and hungry, and he's on her nipple. He's on her nipple. He is, no, I'm not. I'm telling you what happened. He is on her nipple. She yells, Chase. I don't know if it quite sounds like that, but I know. Anyway, so he says, tell me to stop, Moni. Tell me to stop. Let's pause right here. Gather ourselves. Because there's no way in hell I'd have told him to stop. And she doesn't.
Good for her.
Good for her. Because if she would have, I'd have been like, book is ended.
Right.
Like, girl,
You're fighting.
you're fired. We need a new Simone because you don't play out the part right. But she said, oh, hell no, like, well, she didn't say hell no, but I'm sorry, I made that part up. She was like, don't stop. And then she says, I've been wanting you. I said, oh. So then I went back to the car ride and was like, she been wanting him. Okay, all right. And then she added, please don't stop. I said, okay, then don't stop. Then don't stop. No, seriously, I was like, please don't stop. Like when I was reading it, I was like, please don't stop, because I needed to know what's going to happen. Because by this time, I think, if I recall when I was reading, I think my legs were crossed. I'm not for sure if I was there yet, but I think there was a point where I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know if it was this part, because anyway, he lifted her up by her thighs. Okay, again, this man was hungry and thirsty. He already had his hot mouth on her nipple. Now he done picked her up by her thighs, pinning her on the wall, like pinning her on the wall. This is just intense. I mean, he kicked the door in it, but I don't know if they locked it. But maybe in the penthouse it automatically locks. I don't know. I think I'm worried about the wrong things, but I was worried about the door. But so then he reattaches his lips to her breast. Sweet baby Jesus. Like he went back. He went back for the kid. Like he went back. Yeah, Carla, I'm with you. You drinking ginger ale. Whew. Okay. She reaches for his belt buckle. She's been here before, right? Anyway, she knows how to do this all too well. His pants fall to the floor. I think because I can visualize, but anyway, I'm trying, let me get through this. Okay. She reaches into his boxers and starts slowly stroking the shit out of his manhood. I'm just saying, slowly stroking, like she just reached in and let's go on. This is another thing, ladies. Jamila, you might want to get your water together. So the length of his girth had her on fire, and it was throbbing in her hands. You would need all them signs, because you heard me. I said hands. He moaned as she stroked. So she stroked harder and faster. I said, go ahead, girl. Like, go ahead, girl. He's like, okay, enough of this. Yes, all that. Hell no, whoop, ah, boom, beep, all of it. Because then he says, enough of this bullshit. He doesn't say that because he's a man. He says, I need to get up inside of you. I said, okay. I need to get inside of you. He pushes her dress up. She's commando, y'all. She's commando. He's like, girl, you ain't got no panties on. Like, you ain't got no panties on. So I was like, does she claim? But maybe her dress was a bodycon and she didn't want a panty line. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, we going with that. It's on now. When I say it's on, he done pushed it up above her waist. It is on. Whew. He grabs his shaft out of her hands. Did you hear me? Hands. I didn't say hand. You heard me. More than one. Hands. So that meant he grabbed it. All this is going on and he can still grab it. He began to tease her opening, her wet opening with his dick. I said, I was screaming for Simone. I was like, Simone, run, girl. No, I was not saying run. She's like, give it to me now. She's not even, remember, like I said, she's classy. She's independent. She's like she's like, give it to me now. Like, they're like talking and words. Words when he took and no words. Okay. And then the phone goes off. No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Hell no. No. The phone goes off, and not only does the phone go off, it's Chance's ringtone. So now they gotta snap back into reality. Yes, just boo. I know. Just all that just took us there. Now we're all like, But anyway, they snap back to reality real quick. However, even though they snap back to reality, they're still frozen in the positions that they were in. I said, it didn't scare you that much. You were like, ring, ring, ring. Like, you gonna answer that? And then I was like, so that meant his junk was still in his hand at her opening. So I was like, oh, well, anyway. So now Chase's phone is ringing. I'm like, brother is cock blocking. But I'm like, okay, wait a minute. That Dana, girlfriend. Okay. So then he slowly backs away with his manhood still in his hand. I'm like, damn, it's still in his hand. He said, I should go. And she's like, yep, yep, we need to get some rest. He leaves and he goes through, yeah. Chase couldn't, what was he supposed to do? His brother just called. So anyway, he goes through the adjoining doors. Chase is in there like, fuck. You know he had blue balls. You know he was like, I am upset. He's so mad. He's pacing around. He can still smell every part of her. And he's just like, oh my God, I don't know. Maybe I should go apologize. No, she might reject me. Wait, she didn't reject me. She was actually begging me. He says, nigga, take your ass in the shower and cool yourself off. That's what he said to himself. He did. He said to himself, nigga, take yourself in it. You're doing too much. This is your boyfriend's girlfriend. And yet, this is your boyfriend, your brother's. Pause. He says, nigga, this is my brother's girlfriend. I'm tripping. But then he heard something from the room, so he goes to the adjoining door, like, oh my God, she saw my brother, oh my God. So he presses his head up against her, and he was like, wait. And he hears moaning. He said, what is going on in there? And he presses it back in and he hears moaning. And if you want to know what happens, you'll just have to come back next time. You have just been ambushed by Dana.
Woo!
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well.
Wow.
Whew. All right, ladies. Gather yourselves so we can move on to this next segment, because this one was
Sachi.
So next we're gonna get into Shots Fired, where I just fire off some questions to you guys and we'll see what it is. But I'm gonna calm us and cool us down a little bit because that was pretty steamy. So my first question is, who is your favorite character thus far in this book and why?
Personally, my favorite character in this book is Chase. And I think it's just because he's a good guy and he wants to do right by Simone. And I think it's more because in this book, I don't like Chance. He's greasy. So I want Chase to get the girl, right? So Chase is my favorite in the book.
Do you think they knew this was going to happen? Because I feel like they kind of both kind of pretended like, oh, it's gonna be good, we can go back to being friends. But how do you go back? Like, is it possible to go back to being friends?
To me, it was maybe face. You know, I think when you are deep in maybe face, you believe whatever. So I can't say that I think they knew it was going to happen or they were planning it. I think they were so deep entangled in their maybe face, like, no, it's just what, we're friends. I think it was just they played. I mean, it was maybe face. I don't think it was planned though.
I don't think they could have ever gone back after what happened in the car. It was bound to happen. They may not have known it, but as I was reading the book, I was like, oh, it's gonna go down at some point, unless they stay away from each other.
Okay. If we're cooled down, I'm about to heat you back up.
Oh Lord.
So as the author, I try to make these scenes like vivid. My production is like nasty. Not nasty because they're grown-ups doing grown-up things, but just like I want the reader to have the experience and be able to kind of like, when I'm writing it, I have to visualize it and everything. So like wondering like, how do you guys feel when you're reading these scenes? Do you have moments? Do you have to like
Girl.
take a break?
Girl.
I told you I had to cross my legs. I was like,
oh.
Tingle City. These are
Yeah.
these books tingle makers. Yeah, they are fire starters, tingle makers, like leg crossing.
yes.
Very
Yes.
vivid, very like when I was reading it as your sister, I'm just like, sister, when and how? Like I didn't know you had it in you, but like, well done. Well,
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, I have to sometimes close the book and be like, where did she get this? Oh my gosh. Then I'm like back on it like, ooh, I can't stop. I can't.
ideas.
Yeah, and when I was reading in bed next to my husband, and I'm just flipping, and I'm like, sweet baby Jesus. And he's like, what is in there? And I'm like, just read this part. And I hand it to him, and he's like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I couldn't put it down. Just like I said, like, even though we went to 19, I've read it multiple times, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what's gonna happen, and I'm still like, oh, I'm so hot. Like, hot turned off the heat.
Your sweatshirt says it all.
Says it all.
There you go. Bam.
Gosh. Slash.
It's so funny. I had like one of my mom's friends email me like, oh, this book has me all tingly inside. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of information. But thank you. Thank you. Ooh, okay, well, that's good to know. Last question. So there is this thing of betrayal happening in here with, Chase and Simone. Do you feel that they're justified? Do you feel like they should feel guilty? Do you think they're wrong for real? Like, how do you feel about the whole brother friend situation?
I was glad. I was so glad. I felt like Chance is such a greasy. I was like, he's so greasy. He's just not worth her. That when they were fighting it, I'm like, don't fight it. Go with it. I wanted it to happen. That's why where we stopped, frustration. I'm frustrated with where we stopped. But I mean, I wanted it to go, because like I said, Chase was my favorite. And I felt like Simone was perfect for him. I'm like, Chance is just in the way. I wish he would just move away, So I was happy, even though I know it's betrayal and I know it is wrong and there's this cheating element in their family. I didn't care. I did not care because Chance deserved it.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, in a traditional, if you're abiding by all the rules, you don't mess with your siblings, anything. But there is context because we know that Chance is the one, he's just kind of dirty, and so you don't want him to have, he's doing her wrong, and he doesn't appreciate her, and the brother is privy to all of that. And so I think, and then as the reader, we're also privy to that. So I think it does create a context that in my opinion, supersedes that, like, okay, don't mess with your friends or your mans, whatever. Exactly. But on the flip side too, I think because they're brothers, because they do have that bond or that connection, I think it makes that tricky situation that much more understandable or forgivable, because Chance knows he's dirty. He also knows how righteous his brother is, or how he should be the one to get her. And I think that adds an element of an interesting twist, because they are brothers. They shouldn't be doing it, but there's a stronger understanding of, like, this is my brother. I understand his heart. He understands mine. And that makes it okay. And actually, he's able to support it.
Right. And as the reader, you kind of know that Chance is doing it to kind of get at his brother, because he knows his brother, how his brother felt. Exactly. Right. And he was doing it kind of saying, oh, I ain't about to let him have that.
Competition.
Right. Right. So you want Chase to win.
Yeah.
And that's why you went to his job on the first day, just messing it all up.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Made me mad.
Yeah, just couldn't have a shine. Just didn't want him to be great. Like, had to come first day, pick the girl, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I struggle with that, but I'm like, if I make Chance dirty enough, and I, show that he did him dirty in the beginning, then maybe people can forgive the whole family. Because I know some people take that really serious. I mean, I take it seriously, but I also have good family members that I know wouldn't do trashy stuff to me, and then trying to explain like why he was like that. I'm like, hopefully people won't be so mad at he betrayed his brother that they can't, get into the love story. So that's
right.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that is. Am I forgetting something? That is it.
That's it.
This guy.
Knocked
that
out.
guy. Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you so much for joining us for Girl That Book. If you want to see more, you need to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification. Subscribe and share. Hit the notification. Like.
Y'all are hilarious.
Share. Hit the
oh, hey.